What if I told you some of the most ingenious off-road mining machines ever built have almost completely vanished from history? These weren't ordinary dump trucks or bulldozers. They hauled hundreds of tons across terrain where roads didn't exist, climbed impossible grades, crossed mud that swallowed other equipment whole, and helped extract billions of dollars worth of minerals from the earth. Yet today, most people have never even heard their names. From giant walking draglines to revolutionary tracked haulers, these 10 forgotten off-road mining vehicles were engineering masterpieces that were decades ahead of their time. Number 10, Lectra Haul. When people think about mining vehicles, they usually imagine gigantic haul trucks with 6 massive tires and engines producing thousands of horsepower. But during the 1970s, engineers began asking a very different question. What if a mining truck didn't need conventional mechanical drive systems at all? That question led to the creation of the Lectra Haul, one of the most innovative off-road mining vehicles ever built. At first glance, the machine looked somewhat similar to a traditional mining haul truck. It was huge, heavy, and designed to move enormous quantities of rock and ore across rugged mining sites. But beneath its steel body was technology that made it radically different from many of its competitors. Instead of relying entirely on a conventional transmission system, the Lectra Haul used a diesel-electric drive arrangement. The diesel engine powered electrical generators, which in turn supplied electricity to electric wheel motors. Today, this technology is common in large mining trucks, but when Lectra Haul was developing these systems, the concept was still relatively groundbreaking. The advantages were significant. Electric drive systems delivered tremendous low-speed torque, which was exactly what mining operations needed. These trucks often had to climb steep grades while carrying extremely heavy loads. Electric wheel motors provided smooth power delivery and reduced many of the stresses associated with traditional mechanical drivetrains. Another benefit was reliability. Mining operations are incredibly demanding. Dust, mud, vibration, heat, and non-stop operation can destroy equipment that isn't built properly. The Lectra Haul's design helped reduce wear on certain mechanical components while improving operational efficiency. Some models were capable of carrying payloads exceeding 100 tons, making them serious contenders in the mining industry. Their ability to navigate rough terrain while maintaining dependable performance earned them respect among operators and mine managers alike. Yet, despite their innovative engineering, the Lectra Haul brand slowly faded from public memory. Larger manufacturers expanded their market share, and corporate acquisitions changed the landscape of the mining equipment industry. Over time, the name that had once represented cutting-edge mining technology became largely forgotten outside of equipment enthusiasts and industry veterans. What's fascinating is that many of the concepts pioneered and refined by machines like the Lectra Haul eventually became standard throughout the mining world. Modern ultra-class haul trucks now depend heavily on diesel-electric systems because the technology proves so effective. In many ways, the Lectra Haul wasn't just another mining truck. It was a glimpse into the future of heavy equipment. The innovations it helped popularize continue to influence some of the largest and most powerful mining vehicles operating anywhere on Earth today. And that's why the Lectra Haul deserves a place among the most brilliant, forgotten off-road mining vehicles ever created. Number 9, Wabco 3200B. Long before modern mining trucks became rolling computer networks packed with sensors and electronics, there was a machine that earned a reputation through pure strength, durability, and engineering excellence. That machine was the Wabco 3200B. Today, the Wabco name is largely forgotten outside heavy equipment circles, but there was a time when Wabco stood alongside the biggest names in mining equipment. The company built some of the toughest off-road haul trucks in the world, and the 3200B became one of its most respected creations. Introduced during an era when mining companies were demanding larger payloads and higher productivity, the 3200B was designed to move huge amounts of material efficiently across rough mine sites. Every aspect of the truck reflected the harsh conditions it was expected to face. Massive steel construction, oversized suspension components, and a powerful drivetrain allowed it to operate day after day in environments that would quickly destroy ordinary vehicles. One of the most impressive features of the 3200B was its ability to carry enormous loads while maintaining stability on rough terrain. Mining roads are rarely smooth. Operators must constantly deal with loose rock, deep ruts, steep grades, and unpredictable weather conditions. The truck's heavy-duty chassis and suspension system helped it absorb punishment while keeping loads under control. The machine was powered by a large diesel engine that delivered the kind of torque needed for mining work. Rather than focusing on speed, the truck was engineered for relentless pulling power. Whether climbing steep haul roads or moving through soft ground, the 3200B was built to keep moving. Operators often appreciated the truck's straightforward design. Modern mining equipment can require extensive diagnostic systems and specialized technicians. The Wabco came from a different era. Many maintenance tasks were simpler, making repairs easier in remote mining locations where downtime could cost thousands of dollars every hour. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about the 3200B was its longevity. Some units remained in service for decades. Even after newer generations of haul trucks entered the market, many mining operations continued using these machines because they simply refused to quit. Their rugged construction made them valuable long after newer competitors appeared. Eventually, industry consolidation changed the mining equipment business. Larger manufacturers absorbed competitors, product lines disappeared, and iconic names faded from view. The Wabco brand gradually became a piece of mining history, but the legacy of the 3200B lives on. It helped prove that massive off-road haul trucks could operate reliably under extreme conditions while delivering the productivity modern mines demanded. For many operators who worked around them, the Wabco 3200B wasn't just a truck. It was a workhorse that helped define an entire generation of mining equipment. Number 8. Euclid TC-12. Some mining vehicles became famous because they were huge. Others earned their place in history because they were powerful. But the Euclid TC-12 was remembered for something entirely different. It solved a problem that had frustrated off-road operators for years. During the 1950s, moving heavy loads across soft ground was one of the biggest challenges facing mining and construction companies. Conventional trucks often became stuck in mud, loose soil, or rough terrain. Tracked machines had excellent traction, but were usually slower and less practical for hauling large payloads over long distances. Euclid engineers came up with a unique solution. Instead of building a traditional truck or a conventional crawler, they created a twin-powered, twin-engine off-road hauler, unlike almost anything else in the industry. The TC-12 featured two separate tractor units connected together through a central articulation system. Each section had its own diesel engine and drivetrain. Together, the two power plants worked as a single machine, delivering exceptional traction and pulling power. This unusual configuration provided major advantages. Because power was distributed across multiple driven wheels and articulated sections, the vehicle could travel through terrain that would stop many conventional trucks. Mines, quarries, and large earth-moving projects often involved unstable ground conditions, and the TC-12 excelled where other machines struggled. Operators quickly discovered that the articulated design also improved maneuverability. Despite its large size, the machine could navigate rough work sites more effectively than many rigid-frame vehicles. The articulation allowed it to follow uneven ground while maintaining traction across all wheels. The truck's rugged construction became another major selling point. Euclid built the TC-12 to withstand extreme workloads. Heavy-duty axles, reinforced frames, and reliable diesel engines allowed the machine to operate in demanding environments where equipment failures could become extremely expensive. At the time, the concept was revolutionary. Modern articulated dump trucks are common today, but the TC-12 helped demonstrate the enormous potential of articulated vehicle design decades before the technology became widespread. Many of the ideas proven by machines like the TC-12 eventually influenced future generations of off-road hauling equipment. Despite its innovation, the Euclid TC-12 gradually disappeared as newer designs emerged. Larger payload capacities, improved suspension systems, and changing industry requirements pushed the mining sector toward different solutions. Over time, the machine became a forgotten chapter in heavy equipment history. Yet its influence remains undeniable. The TC-12 showed the world that articulation could dramatically improve off-road performance, traction, and productivity. Without pioneering machines like this one, many of today's advanced articulated mining haulers might never have evolved the way they did. More than half a century later, the Euclid TC-12 still stands as one of the most creative and brilliant off-road mining vehicles ever built. A machine that was truly ahead of its time. Number 7. Caterpillar 769C. When people talk about legendary mining machines, attention usually goes to the biggest trucks ever built. Machines carrying 300 tons or more tend to dominate headlines, but sometimes the most important vehicles are not the largest. They are the ones that completely change how an industry operates. That is exactly what the Caterpillar 769C accomplished. Introduced during a period when mines were becoming larger and more demanding, the 769C represented a major step forward in off-road hauling technology. It wasn't designed to break size records. Instead, Caterpillar focused on creating a truck that combined reliability, productivity, and versatility in a package that could operate almost anywhere. The result was a machine that quickly earned the respect of mine operators around the world. The 769C was built around a rugged frame capable of handling constant punishment. Mining roads are notoriously harsh. Every trip subjects equipment to vibration, impacts, dust, mud, and extreme loads. Caterpillar engineers designed the truck to survive these conditions while maintaining high levels of productivity. Power came from a large diesel engine that delivered impressive torque for hauling heavy loads up steep grades. While modern trucks rely heavily on advanced electronics, the 769C belonged to an era when mechanical durability was often more important than digital complexity. Operators appreciated its straightforward design and reputation for dependable performance. Number 6. LeTourneau L-2350. If there is one mining vehicle that deserves far more recognition than it receives today, it is the LeTourneau L-2350. While most people have never heard of it, this enormous wheel loader quietly changed the mining industry and held a world record that stood for decades. Built by LeTourneau, a company famous for pushing the limits of heavy equipment engineering, the L-2350 was designed for one purpose: moving massive amounts of material as quickly as possible. Introduced during the early 1980s, it immediately became one of the largest wheel loaders ever constructed. The machine was absolutely gigantic. Weighing hundreds of tons and standing several stories tall, it could load enormous mining trucks in just a few passes. This dramatically increased productivity at large open-pit mines where every minute counted. Power came from a massive diesel-electric drive system. Instead of relying entirely on conventional mechanical components, the L-2350 used electric wheel motors to help deliver tremendous torque. This allowed the loader to push into dense rock piles and carry huge bucket loads without struggling. Its bucket alone was capable of moving astonishing amounts of material. Operators could load trucks carrying well over 100 tons with remarkable efficiency. The machine's size, power, and productivity made it a favorite at major mining operations around the world. When LeTourneau was eventually acquired, the machine continued evolving under new ownership, but many people forgot where the design originated, yet the L-2350's influence remains obvious. Modern giant wheel loaders still follow many of the principles that made this machine successful. Decades after its introduction, the LeTourneau L-2350 remains one of the most brilliant and influential off-road mining vehicles ever built. Number 5. Unit Rig MA200. Before Caterpillar and Komatsu dominated the ultra-class mining truck market, another company was building some of the toughest haul trucks on Earth. That company was Unit Rig, and one of its most impressive creations was the M200. Developed for large-scale mining operations, the M200 was designed to haul enormous quantities of rock under some of the harshest conditions imaginable. Open-pit mines demanded equipment that could operate around the clock, and Unit Rig built the truck specifically for that challenge. One of the truck's greatest strengths was its diesel-electric drive system. At a time when many manufacturers were still refining heavy haul technology, Unit Rig had already embraced electric drive systems for improved torque and reliability. This allowed the truck to perform exceptionally well on steep haul roads while carrying massive loads. The M200 earned a reputation for durability. Its frame was heavily reinforced, and its major components were engineered to withstand years of abuse. Operators often described the truck as nearly indestructible. In many mines, these machines remained productive long after competing equipment had been retired. Another reason for the truck's success was its simplicity. Mine mechanics appreciated equipment that could be repaired quickly, and the M200's straightforward engineering made maintenance easier than on many modern machines filled with complex electronics. Despite its strengths, changing market conditions and industry consolidation eventually pushed Unit Rig into the background. Larger manufacturers expanded their influence, and the company gradually disappeared from the spotlight. Today, many younger equipment enthusiasts have never heard of the M200, yet its impact on mining technology remains significant. The truck helped demonstrate the long-term advantages of diesel-electric hauling systems and proved that reliability could be just as important as raw size. For years, the Unit Rig M200 was one of the hardest working vehicles in the mining industry. Number 4. Terex 33-19 Titan. Few mining vehicles have ever matched the sheer scale of the Terex 33-19 Titan. Even today, decades after it was built, it remains one of the largest haul trucks ever created. Introduced in 1974, the Titan was Terex's attempt to push mining technology beyond anything the world had previously seen. The truck was so enormous that standing next to one made ordinary mining equipment look small. At the time, it was the largest off-highway truck ever built. The Titan was powered by a massive diesel engine connected to an electric drive system. This combination generated the power needed to move payloads exceeding 300 tons. For the 1970s, those numbers were almost unbelievable. Engineers faced countless challenges during development. Every component had to be scaled up dramatically, from the tires and suspension to the braking system and frame. Simply designing a vehicle capable of supporting such immense weight required groundbreaking engineering solutions. Although only one Titan was ever produced, the project proved that ultra-large haul trucks were possible. Mining companies saw the productivity advantages of larger payload capacities, and manufacturers began developing increasingly bigger machines in the years that followed. The truck worked in Canadian mining operations for years before eventually being retired. Rather than being scrapped, it was preserved and remains one of the most famous pieces of mining equipment ever built. What makes the Titan especially remarkable is that many of its ideas helped shape the future of mining transportation. Modern ultra-class haul trucks owe part of their existence to this giant experiment. While it may be remembered as a one-off machine, the Terex 33-19 Titan proved that bigger really could be better, earning its place among the most brilliant forgotten mining vehicles ever created. Number 3, Athey Wagon. Not every brilliant mining vehicle was gigantic. Some became legendary because they solved problems that no one else could solve. One of the best examples was the Athey Wagon. Developed in the mid-20th century, the Athey Wagon was designed to work in conditions where conventional trucks often failed. Mines, logging operations, and large construction sites frequently dealt with soft ground, deep mud, loose gravel, and rough terrain. Standard haul trucks could become stuck or suffer excessive wear, creating costly delays. The Athey Wagon approached the problem differently. Instead of relying solely on traditional wheels, many versions used a unique track and wheel arrangement that provided outstanding traction while still allowing practical hauling capability. This unusual design helped the vehicle travel across terrain that would challenge many other machines of its era. The wagon became particularly valuable in remote operations where road conditions were poor or non-existent. Operators appreciated its ability to continue working during adverse weather when other equipment struggled. In mining environments, that reliability could make a major difference in productivity. Another advantage was versatility. The Athey Wagon could be configured for multiple tasks, including hauling materials, supporting construction projects, and operating in rugged industrial environments. This flexibility helped it gain popularity across several industries. As technology advanced, newer articulated trucks and specialized off-road haulers eventually replaced many of these machines. Their unique appearance faded from work sites, and the Athey Wagon slowly disappeared from public memory. Yet its influence can still be seen today. The idea of maximizing traction and mobility for heavy haul operations remains a core principle in modern off-road vehicle design. Long before sophisticated suspension systems and advanced traction controls existed, the Athey Wagon demonstrated how innovative engineering could overcome difficult terrain. For that reason, it deserves recognition as one of the most brilliant forgotten off-road vehicles ever used in mining and heavy industry. Number 2, Marion 6360 Walking Dragline. When discussing off-road mining vehicles, most people imagine trucks, loaders, or bulldozers. But the Marion 6360 walking dragline was something entirely different. In fact, calling it a vehicle almost feels inadequate. It was closer to a moving industrial city. Built for massive surface mining operations, particularly coal mining, the Marion 6360 was one of the largest land machines ever created. Unlike conventional equipment, it did not drive on wheels or tracks. Instead, it literally walked. The machine used enormous mechanical walking shoes mounted beneath its structure. By lifting and shifting its tremendous weight forward a short distance at a time, it could slowly move across mining sites. The process looked almost unbelievable. yet it allowed the dragline to travel over ground that would never support a conventional machine of comparable size. Its primary purpose was removing overburden, the layers of soil and rock covering valuable mineral deposits. Using its gigantic boom and bucket, the machine could move enormous volumes of material with remarkable efficiency. A single dragline could replace multiple smaller machines, dramatically reducing operating costs. The scale was staggering. The boom stretched hundreds of feet into the air, while the bucket could move dozens of cubic yards of material in a single pass. Watching one operate was like witnessing a mechanical dinosaur reshaping the landscape. As mining methods evolved, many giant draglines were retired due to changing economics and operational requirements. Their immense size made transportation and maintenance challenging, and newer technologies gradually reduced demand for some of these machines. Despite that, the Marion 6360 remains one of the greatest engineering achievements in mining history. It proved that mobility did not always require wheels or tracks. Through sheer ingenuity, engineers created a walking machine capable of moving mountains. Even today, few pieces of mining equipment inspire the same level of awe. Number 1. LeTourneau Overland Train. The most brilliant, forgotten off-road mining vehicle. Wasn't really a truck at all. It was an entire train designed to travel where railroads didn't exist. During the 1950s and 1960s, legendary engineer LeTourneau developed what became known as the overland train. This extraordinary machine was built to transport massive loads across remote wilderness areas, deserts, snowfields, and undeveloped terrain without requiring roads or railway tracks. At first glance, the system looked like a futuristic convoy from a science fiction movie. A powered lead vehicle pulled a series of connected cargo trailers stretching hundreds of feet in length. Each trailer carried its own electric wheel motors, allowing power to be distributed throughout the entire train. This concept solved one of the biggest problems in off-road transportation. As vehicles became larger, traction and control became increasingly difficult. By powering multiple sections of the train, LeTourneau created a system capable of hauling enormous loads across terrain that would stop ordinary trucks. Some versions were developed for Arctic operations, where extreme conditions made conventional transportation nearly impossible. Others demonstrated the potential for supporting remote industrial and mining projects far from established infrastructure. The engineering behind the overland train was decades ahead of its time. Distributed electric drive systems, articulated vehicle designs, and advanced load-sharing concepts all appeared in this remarkable machine, long before similar ideas became common in modern heavy equipment. Ultimately, improvements in roads, aircraft, and conventional trucking limited widespread adoption. The project faded into history, remembered mainly by equipment historians and engineering enthusiasts. Yet its brilliance remains undeniable. The overland train challenged traditional ideas about transportation and proved that heavy loads could be moved across some of the world's most hostile environments without rails. More than half a century later, it still stands as one of the most innovative off-road vehicles ever created, and perhaps the greatest forgotten mining transportation machine of them all. These machines weren't just big pieces of iron. They were engineering experiments that pushed the limits of what humans believed was possible. Some introduced technologies that are now standard across the mining industry. Others were so far ahead of their time that the world simply wasn't ready for them. While newer equipment may be faster, cleaner, and more advanced, these forgotten giants helped build the foundation of modern mining. Which one impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories about the world's most amazing machines.